Homelander, the Black Flash, knockoff Aquaman, plastic surgery, and the Bloody Boys are back in this week's episode of The Boys. Season 2, that is. Season 4, that is. Season 4, episode 4. Bloody shitty accents aside, we're going to break this episode down. Guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we're talking about The Boys, and my God, this might be my favorite episode of The Boys in a while. The tension was ramped up to 11. Homelander is at his most Homelander, and it's just a very focused and well-themed episode of The Boys. It doesn't do the ham-fisted politics thing as much this episode, if that's one of the reasons why you don't like the way this show has been going for the past few seasons. But it does still feature politics heavily because it is The Boys, and that's always been a little bit of a part of the themes of this show. So without further ado, guys, we're going to jump right into The Boys Season 4, Episode 4, and talk about this scene by scene, break this stuff down, see what we can find here. All right? I'm sorry for the accent work in the beginning. I just can't resist saying Homelander. It's bloody bollocks, mate. And I think I'm getting all right. I think I would give myself a 6 out of 10 on the Butcher accent. Hopefully I didn't butcher the accent, mate. You know, Butcher, because he's Butcher, and you know, like, when you mess up something. All right, let's get to it. Yeah, guys, the boys are back, but we first start with this shot here of a Vought memo, and it's actually referencing the Homelander project, which is Project Odessa. Now, if you look up Odessa, it's actually a Greek reference. It's also a DJ named Odessa, but it means to become angry, to become wrathful. So basically, Homelander's project was named Project Wrath, you know, Project Anger. No wonder the dude grew up to be a goddamn supervillain. Well, yeah, that's what this board is referencing here. So we move forward. We're in some sort of underground Vought facility where they're cooking up some new elixirs, possibly making more V, working on new formulas to enhance, make, or kill soups. We don't know.
Hey, Marty, the security cameras upstairs just went black.
So the security cameras went down, and guess who arrives? It's none other than Homelander himself.
Call Vought. Tell them we have a breach.
Before Homelander arrives, Phil here says call Vought. Yeah, he is Vought at this point. So, like, good luck, brother. He doesn't know it's Homelander yet, though. Oh, he's got a cake. That's ironic because it's going to be the opposite of some birthdays going on in this scene.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, John.
Homelander.
By the way, he says, you know, call me Homelander. You can see how uncomfortable he is addressing his actual human identity. It's just a theme of his character, his struggle against the fact that even though he's superpowered, he's still part human, or mostly human. You know, he's going to die too. But so are these guys. I called this guy Phil earlier. His name's Marty.
I brought a Fudgy the Whale. Do me a favor. Could you get a plate, some forks? Don't be shy before it melts.
Now, it's funny that he brought a whale-shaped cake because last time we saw a whale in this show, it blew the hell up. Possible foreshadowing of some bloody nonsense going down here? I don't know. Yes, it is. Okay. Wait to the end of the episode. I can't even show it on this channel without getting demonetized. So he sees a lot of faces he recognizes. Guys, this is the office where they basically experimented and created Homelander, the Odessa project. And so he's kind of confronting his past, literally, here in this scene.
And I recognize Frank and assistant director now, Marty. I still remember when they had you wiping out the stool sample containers.
He's like, yeah, I remember when you used to, like, eat my shit, bro. Like, not literally, but you know what I mean? Like, you used to clean my shit. This guy's just smiling about it. Like, yeah, I love cleaning your shit.
Yeah. Oh.
Honestly, Anthony Starr could go full Joker if he wanted to. At least for voice acting. I don't know if I could see it in his actual looks. But, you know, makeup's a thing, right? But yeah, for voice acting, I think he could do a Joker. Also, Reverse Flash. That's all I'm saying.
Come on, don't be shy before it melts.
It's not a very happy whale. It's a black whale. Like, that is the sign of death. Just looks disgusting. Now we cut to a scene where Butcher is taking a shower and also confronting his past in a way. We see this like ringworm constantly throughout this season. It's like the V has infected him. I don't remember if this was in the previous seasons when he was taking the V. He's got like a parasite within him. It's really strange. This causes him to have like spells where he passes out, and so he does here too, and he knocks his head on the shower. Ooh. That was bloody bollocks, mate. That was actually bloody bollocks, mate. Holy shit. I feel like he wouldn't get up that fast. He'd be down cold. You also see he's got like more gray in his beard. He's clearly aged. He's getting close to death here because of the side effects of the V on an adult. He sees his wife and she says, you gotta get up. You gotta keep fighting. That's kind of the motivation that he has this season is Ryan and his wife. And she's like the ghost of a past, a shadow of herself. So he gets up. Butcher's gonna be all good for now. We cut to Huey in the hospital with his mom. These are some of the more boring scenes for me, but this episode finally puts a good spin on this whole side plot. And we'll see what happens here.
How long before,
A couple of days at most.
Well, don't.
So they're pulling his tubes. His dad's going to die within days because he's basically brain dead. There's nothing they can do to bring him back. And his mom is just, being the pragmatic one. She doesn't have as much attachment that Huey does. And so she's kind of, let's let him go. And Huey is not having that for sure. He's going to do everything he can in his power, in his superpower, hint, hint, to keep his dad alive. We then get a reference to the Gen V show as they show this Instagram montage of sorts, this newsreel.
After their bloody campus rampage, Marie Moreau and the other Godolkin Four have seemingly vanished into a dark, gaping hole.
We then get a scene with some of the deep state people here, the anti-soups.
The only thing I really want to hear is we found a way to kill the head-popping bitch.
They're talking about taking out the head popper, Victoria Newman.
I read the draft of your soup control bill. You need, 50 million constituents demanding Congress get off its ass?
So she's like, look, you can get it passed. You can get this bill passed with legal measures, but you can also use some of the boys' style tactics with me and my people. But she's more offering kind of a movement of sorts that she can create by using her Starlight image. She's not fully on the side of blood and violence at this point yet. Just wait. We then cut to one of these scenes, the scenes everybody is complaining about for multiple reasons, some good, some bad. My complaint with these scenes is that it's just not as interesting and it's kind of contrived. I don't have any problem with gay, not gay, straight, not straight, whatever. I don't really care as long as the story's cool and the characters are fun. These scenes just drag a little bit for me and they felt like they came out of nowhere. They're a little bit boring, but it is an interesting conflict at the core. Frenchie is responsible for the murder of this dude's family, yet he's sleeping with him. It's kind of weird. And I feel like they just needed Frenchie to have something to do this season and they couldn't make something less contrived. I don't know. Basically, he just talks about how his family was killed and Frenchie remembers that, oh shit, I did that. I think we've had this same kind of scene like once or twice already in the season. So I'd like this to speed along. He talks about these scars on the ankle of the killer. And my question is, I guess Frenchie keeps his socks on at all times because they're sleeping together naked and this dude's never noticed the scars yet. That's a little bit of maybe a plot hole. I guess he just keeps his socks on though. Whatever. Who knows? Moving forward. We then cut to Annie January, aka Starlight, aka plastic surgery. Sorry about that joke. It's an easy joke, low-hanging fruit. But guess who shows up?
What are they doing?
Across the street, it's the VOT News Network, and Firecracker is setting up a expose piece, a news piece, a hit piece, where she's going to drop some truth bombs later in this episode. They have this whole agenda to pin Starlight as a child trafficker. They're not letting up on that. We then cut to Mastermind Lex Luthor lady, who's kind of giving the team their agendas to start the bigger conflict, the bigger political war that'll crumble the society.
So far, Starlight's progressive jihad and hashtag arrogant white feminism are showing promise. We need the algorithm to find the most receptive users.
I don't mind these little political machinations because it is very reflective of what's going on today. However, it is on the nose. It could have been done maybe a little bit better, but I'm not the writer to write that, so who knows? The Deep is like trying to look at the Deep here. He's trying to look like he's so invested and like intelligently observing these meetings. He's also kind of now in love with Sister Sage because reasons seen before. But yeah, the Deep Hey, look what he says here.
Pass the articles to the top of their social feeds until 100 million people are outraged by Starlight for reasons they can't even explain.
Dope.
Dope. Dude, I think Deep has to be my favorite character. Noir then just says one of the most meta lines he's had yet.
Hey, can we talk?
No.
Hey, can we talk? No, you're not supposed to talk. That's Noir's whole thing. He doesn't talk. Hilarious. The Deep then confronts Sister Sage, and he's like, yo, what's going on here? Remember what we did last night?
So I was thinking over lunch we could order some of those fried pickles from Flavortown,
Or just skip straight to the Flounder Pounder special.
She all of a sudden flips a switch literally in her brain as she's just like, no, we're not doing anything.
I find you repulsive in a way that's difficult to quantify, and I'm fucking amazing at quantifying. So...
I am just so much smarter than you. I'm so much better than you. And she is. But what happens is she actually lobotomizes herself to make herself stupid enough to hang out with the Deep. And he doesn't know this yet. So he's like, what the hell is going on with this lady? She's in full high IQ mode. She's not having any of the Deep's Flounder Pounder Town bullshit. I just love his little catchphrases. Can we play that one back?
Or just skip straight to the Flounder Pounder special.
The look on the Deep's face, he's just like, what? I just went to Flounder Pounder Town with you, and now you hate me? This can't be. We then get a little confrontation with Firecracker and Sage here.
Figured this could be your big finish.
You know, when I first met you, I thought you were kind of uppity, but you're one of the good ones.
Your racism is showing. You're kind of uppity. You're one of the good ones. Good what? Good superheroes? Good black people? I don't know. It's funny as hell. We then cut to the scene where they broadcast for the truth bombs, and we get this interesting line from Starlight's assistants here.
We'll sneak the kids out through the back.
They have to sneak the kids out the back because they're at like a high-risk teens center where they're actually helping kids. But if they take the kids out the front door right in front of the cameras, it's just going to be more evidence for the truth bombs that she's trafficking kids. So even though they're at a high-risk teen help for teens center, they have to sneak the kids out the back. In a stupid show like The Acolyte, they would have been like, we can't take the kids out the front door. They'll use it against us. But in this show, they just kind of drop a little nugget in the background of the script. It's something that you have to pick up on. These scripts are often way more efficient, way more intelligent. And I appreciate this show for that kind of detail. And here's where another bomb drops.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's Bloody Butcher, mate. He's back. He's back with the boys. I still can't get over the look of non-juiced up mother's milk. He's been drinking a lot less milk. I don't know. I wish he would have kept the beard at least. It would have helped him look a little more flushed out. He looks like almost a different character this season, but hopefully I'll get over that as the episodes go by.
What the fuck is he doing here?
Bringing him back in.
Now, it's funny because I'm pretty sure in the last episode, he was, totally banished from the boys, but all of a sudden he needs to come back for reasons. Starlight's clearly against it.
And you can drink yourself to death in whatever dark hole you crawled out of.
That's a good idea. I might just do that.
Yeah, it's a good idea, but he just like, I don't give a if you don't want me, I actually will go drink myself to death. I'm about to die anyways. But, mother's milk, he needs them, and he's going to vouch.
Look, Lord knows I got problems with the guy, too. We both do. But this is bigger than us.
He gets Butcher back with the boys. Begrudgingly. Honestly, if they're going to do a new Pirates of the Caribbean, I feel like we got the cousin of Jack Sparrow here. The way he does his little walks. He's like, all right then, I'm back. We're going to do this. It's bloody great. It's bloody bollocks, mate. I love it.
Now, can someone please explain to me what makes you Firecracker's Moby Cunt?
He calls her Firecracker's Moby Cunt. A play on the book title, Moby Dick.
You get me $50K from the company. I'll have all the dirt we need on Loomis guns and ammo.
So Butcher's gonna get some money, pay off some people, and get some dirt on the soups. They're gonna try and take him down using leverage rather than violence. But that never goes according to plan with the boys. So it's gonna get bloody bullocks. Starlight's not too happy about it. We also see the return of Ezekiel coming to the news report to drop some truth bombs about Starlight. It's a whole anti-Starlight campaign. They're bringing everybody from her past out to rally against her. Sister Sage couldn't be happier with her work. It's going according to plan for her. Of course, it always does. She's like the Lex Luthor, right? Now we cut back to the most interesting scene in this episode, which is the Homelander scene. And every time it cuts away, I want to go back because it's so tension-filled. This is probably the most Homelander scene we've had in a while, if that makes any sense. He's going to address his past one by one with each of the veteran members of the staff that worked on Project Odessa, Project Homelander. And he's going to kind of turn the tables against them. Let's watch.
How about a game of waste paper basketball?
First to three,
And tell you what, make it interesting. You win, I'll let you knock off early, go see the fam.
Look, you know he's not going to win. You know if he does win, he's still not going to win because this is Homelander's world. This is Homelander's game, and you're just losing in it. So they're going to play a game of waste paper basketball. Classic, right? Frank's a pretty good shot. He's like a regular Larry Bird out there in the waste paper basketball court, if you will.
I once saw you take a shot of the wastebasket, and you nailed it, and you don't remember.
Homelander remembers almost everything viscerally from this time period in his life because it was a time period of torture and sadness.
Well, I was in this oven here, and you made the shot. You did a little fist pump to celebrate, and then you turned up the temperature.
Are you kidding me? He literally tried to burn Homelander alive for an experiment as he was playing waste paper basketball. So it was like a casual Tuesday for him. And young Homelander is just sitting in an oven burning alive. But of course he can't die. But it's interesting. We get this detail from Homelander here.
Even though my skin didn't char, it still really hurt.
Even though he's a superhero, he still has these human feelings, but he can just survive them a lot better or immaculately even compared to regular humans. So he does know what pain is, and that's why he's back here. I'm assuming if he couldn't feel the pain, right, he wouldn't really care. But he's deeply hurt by this emotionally, physically. He felt the pain.
Yeah, I was in there screaming in agony, and my tears just sizzled away.
Even his tears just burned away. We get these shots here where it kind of flickers back to his past. I'm going to pause it for us because if you watch the episode regularly, you don't really get to see exactly what this frame is. It's so fast. Let's try to pause it. Does that look like him? I guess. He's got like really cool hair going there. Nice. Real 1980s. But yeah, he's burning in this oven, but clearly his skin's all right. He's just in agony. He talks about how he watched Frank make a shot as he was burning.
I remember there was people standing here taking notes, but behind them, I saw you make that shot.
But in classic Homelander fashion, he tells Frank to do this.
This is my last shot. Why don't you go and watch from in there?
John, why don't we...
Homelander.
Yeah, Frank, get in the oven, okay? You have no choice. This is Homelander here. You're cooked. No. Literally. The ironic part is Homelander misses his shot, and he says this.
I forgive you.
That's not how forgiveness works. Usually you don't kill them, Homelander, but all right, moving forward. We then cut to one of the scenes I actually had a big problem with in this episode, and this is a big theme of action shows, or a big issue with action shows, and just sloppy writing in general. You'll see in a sec.
I don't know, he should be here any minute.
So Huey and Kimiko pull up to a sort of back alley deal at the docks here. There's always a back alley deal at the docks. It's just, oh, you want something criminal to go down? Let's go to the docks. Let's go to the shipping containers. It's just, is there no other location? Can we go to the back of a Wendy's? I don't know. Like, just the docks, the shipping containers. You know something's going down. Some crime stuff is happening. Some backdoor deals are happening. He was looking for his contact, and it's none other than A-Train himself.
What the shit is this?
What the shit is this?
Where's the talking goatee with the gold chains?
He's like, where's the big black guy with the gold chains? Or the slightly skinnier black guy now. Mother's Milk. We love that guy, by the way. Just something's off this season, I'm telling you.
Are you crazy? Sage is on my ass, stares at me like I'm fucking...
Also, here's where the scene gets really stupid.
I need a dose of Compound V, and I need it today.
Oh, is that all?
They're going back for the Compound V. Now, that's not even the stupid part. The stupid part is that there's this gun trained on Huey, as we see. Has a clear shot at him, okay? Now, obviously, they don't want to shoot while A-Train is around because if A-Train gets a whiff of any of this, he's going to go ham on these shooters. So they're clearly not with A-Train and they're obviously against Huey here and Kimiko. So they're just like this third party faction of enemies that we're not clear who it is yet.
No, hey, fuck that! You owe me!
Huey tries to like guilt trip A-Train here.
I owe you? I just saved your fucking life.
Every single fucked up, horrible thing that's ever happened to me, to all of us, it all started with you.
A-Train says, fuck that, obviously. That's probably the worst thing you could ask me to do.
Now you're gonna give someone I love back.
What?
My dad's about to die.
He's gonna use the Compound V to save his dad. That's where the plot point of his dying dad truly starts to get intriguing for me. I'm glad they went this direction with it. I can't wait to see what happens with that character. That's going to be interesting to see if he comes back to life and he's like as powerful as Homelander. And it's just Huey's dad, the least suspecting character of the whole show.
If I do this, we're good. Forever? Yes.
This kind of pushes the scales for A-Train to say, you know what? Yeah, I did kill your girlfriend. I'll help save your dad. Fine, let's do this.
Ow!
Kimiko then tells Huey that he should probably just let his dad die instead of risking the theft of the Compound V. And this is unexpected. This is a personal thing for Huey. This is not helping anybody but Huey. It's a very selfish decision, even though it's made for his own father. It's still a very selfish decision. And Kimiko realizes this and calls him out for it. And here's where the scene gets really stupid. Yeah, they had perfectly trained shots on them, and they're like 50 feet away, if not like 30 yards away. Multiple shooters, scopes, automatic weapons. Huey even trips, and he still miraculously escapes all the bullets. I hate that shit. They did it in Fallout. They do it in like every stupid action show. I just wish they could write these scenes better. Instead of having Huey trip, maybe he can get shot in the leg. You know, there's a better way to write this scene. There's 10 different ways you could write this scene that would be better than whatever the hell happened here. This one took me out of the episode, not gonna lie. It's revealed that these are people from Kimiko's past. She used to like help train child fighters, and she was part of this crime ring when she was younger, and they're back for vengeance now because she killed a bunch of them in one of the previous seasons, I believe. So they're back out in this sort of C plot here with Kimiko. My favorite part about Kimiko and this scene in general is the resourcefulness of her. She's just got this tenacity and cleverness. She even takes this weapon off of a paper cutter here. Watch this. She gives Huey a shield based on like one of the office cabinets. It's so funny. I love when they get crafty with the weapons in this show and in movies and shows in general. We then cut back to Vought News Network, The Truth Bombs, and The Deep and Firecracker are doing a terrible rendition of a song here. So cringe. Terrible harmony. And we get, boom, the boys. Butcher and Mother's Milk knock this guy out with a canister of liquid nitrogen. A very cleverly placed shot here to foreshadow something. That's going to be called Chekhov's nitrogen canister. Okay? Pay attention. There's only like one guard there, though. You feel like if there's very important people, soups, at this vulnerable event, there would be more than one little guy guarding this gate. I don't like when they just waltz right in easily to places by knocking one guard out. Sort of reminds me of the Blood and Cheese scene where they just waltz right into the castle in season 2 of House of the Dragon, episode 1. They then get a sighting of their main woman in question, Firecracker.
Top-notch show, love. Just weren't sure whether you wanted us to kneel before you cross or burn it.
Classic line from Butcher there.
Well, you're those motherfuckers that killed my friend.
Yeah, crying shame that.
He's like, yeah, we killed your friend. What about it? We kill soups left and right. That's what we do. We're the boys.
If it's any consolation, he's up there with God, noshing on his holiest of holies as we speak.
Noshing on his holiest of holies. He's talking about the body splitting dude from previous episode. He's saying that he's up there eating God's whole. Kind of, very sacrilegious, very disgusting. Classic Butcher line.
All right, keep your ear on, love. We just want a little chin wag's all.
Talk American?
Talk American.
You remember that magical summer when you was 28, working as a counselor at the Capes for Christ Bible Camp in Davie, Florida? And you met that lovely 15-year-old boy who tickled your fancy and, then tickled more than that, didn't he?
So he's talking about an affair that, good old goody two-shoes, daughter of the Lord of Christ, Firecracker here, had when she was younger. When she was 28, she slept with a 15-year-old boy, and he's got the proof. But she goes for a really bold move, Cotton, and she does this.
How about I just send it myself?
I honestly did not expect that, but great move from the writers. She immediately owns up to it and doesn't give a shit about the leverage that Butcher has. Great little chess move there. I like that. We then get this funny scene of the pastor, and he's talking about the worst evidence in the world that can be used against Starlight.
Starlight. That's 9 letters. Or is that 6? Upside down. Any January. 12 letters. That's 2 more 6s.
He's using the numbers of letters in her name to create allusions to the number 666. This is classic, like, 4chan Reddit conspiracy flat earther bullshit. Like, it's almost too much. I think they overdid it here, I feel like, but it is satire, and that's the point of that, so I'll let it slide. Now, Firecracker actually does one of the smartest things she could have done to counteract the leverage from Butcher. She immediately goes on live TV, and before the tweet can really go super viral, she just owns up to it and confesses her sins to God and asks for forgiveness.
I need to confess my sins. I had inappropriate relations with a sweet young man.
And all's forgiven.
I was born again, and my sins were washed away by the tears of his love.
And then she immediately turns the tables and turns the spotlight onto Starlight.
To turn into the light of his love. And that's what Starlight, she just didn't do.
A genius move, not gonna lie. Maybe she should be in Sister Sage's position, because this was genius. Sister Sage is looking quite impressed, in fact. Now, this is the first truth bomb she drops on Starlight.
Y'all ever hear that story about her very first save? She came in a blasted. She blinded one of those hostages that day. She's
got more in the tank. Something crazy later in the episode happens with this whole news report and spotlight on Starlight. And it's going to get crazy, so hang on to your seats. Butcher then comes back from his failed mission, as Frenchie says here.
Well, whatever you attempted, seems you have failed.
Not so fast, Frenchie. Keys to a trailer. Go give it to us, will you?
But it's not failed, I guess, because he got the keys to her trailer. I don't understand why he would do this. If he was already at the trailer and he already had the keys, why does he need to go back to give the keys to Frenchie for then Frenchie to go have to sneak back into the trailer? This part didn't make sense to me at all. So, weird.
Go give it to us, will you?
Yeah, the look Frenchie gives there, I guess it didn't make sense to him either. He's like, what the hell? Why couldn't you just do it? The lights begin to flicker here, and Starlight is pissed, clearly. We then cut to A-Train in Homelander's home. We see Homelander's gray hairs in a jar. A-Train's like, what the hell? I do like Homelander's home. It's a pretty sweet home. He then speeds over to the bookshelf. I don't know how he knew that they were in here, but he does. He finds it out on accident almost as he pushes these books. First, he finds some milk. Of course, Homelander's secret milk stash. And then he finds the V. But as soon as he takes it, guess who shows up? But as soon as he takes it, guess who shows up?
A-Train. What the fuck are you doing here?
Our favorite CEO. And what is she doing here?
What the hell are you doing in here?
Nothing.
You left a floater in his toilet?
Well, she's taking a big old shit in Homelander's toilet.
That is the most pathetic clapback that I have ever seen.
I don't know. Yeah, that is the most pathetic clapback. All that effort, is it worth it for you to break into his house? I mean, what if he has the sample analyzed and makes everybody kind of cross-reference their stool at work, at Vought? She's screwed. Why would she do this? I mean, I know why, but she's stupid for it.
If Homelander knew, that'll be the last shit you ever take.
Oh, yeah? If Homelander knew you took that V, he would flay you alive.
Now they've got mutual evidence on each other. There's leverage on both sides. It's a stalemate. We then cut back to the best scene in the episode. Again, Homelander at the lab. Who's he going to torture next?
Marty.
Ah, it's Marty. But what's he going to do to good old Marty here?
I'd like to apologize for Frank.
Homelander, tries to apologize and be nice for once about Frank.
I got a little grumpy, and I'm sorry.
Marty says these things happen.
These things happen.
Homelander then talks about a nickname that Marty gave him. An odd nickname.
Well, you remember the nickname you had for me, right? Squirt.
So why does he call him Squirt? It's a cute little name that they used to use for kids, but there's a deeper meaning behind this one.
I used to be left in there for hours. Growing boys have certain needs. So this one night, I couldn't get finished in time, and you caught me with my pants down.
So yeah, Marty here saw Homelander giving it a good old wank, and he called him Squirt. Get it? Because, wank, squirt. Like, do I have to explain this? Come on, you get it. It's diabolical. But what's done is done, Homelander says. Water under the bridge. But no, it's not done.
I do want you to jerk off in front of us right now.
Yeah, he's making Marty have a good old wank here in front of the whole lab. He threatens him, if you don't get that thing up, something bad's gonna happen.
Marty, it looks like you're shucking a little mushroom.
Squirt, Marty, come on.
Squirt.
Not off to a great start, Marty.
Tell you what, I'll give you a little motivation. You get hard right now, or I'm gonna lazy your dick off.
Oh, shit.
Use it or lose it, Marty. Your life is literally in your hands.
Your life is in your hands. Homelander's just quite the jokester. He's playing the Joker here, but like with superpowers. It's crazy.
Come on, Squirt. Yes!
You hear that laugh? That. Replay that. That's the Joker right there. That is the Joker. Now I need Anthony Starr Joker ASAP. Oh, anyways, Marty can't get it up, but it's okay. It's okay.
Come on, Marty! I'm sorry. Okay. It's okay. Honestly, it happens to a lot of guys.
Happens to a lot of guys. Not me. Or Homelander, though.
Not me, of course.
Holy. He's got a hole in his goddamn balls. I can't even show this on YouTube. I'm sorry, but Homelander literally lasered the guy through the dick. And he's dead. We then get Barbara, who's like the almost mother-esque figure, the one who has the most understanding of him as a person, and the one who's the least afraid of him. She confronts him.
Please put him out of his misery.
So Homelander steps on his head. Can't show that part. Go watch it for yourself. She requests a meeting with Homelander, and it goes like this.
Can we talk in private?
That's a great idea. I know just the place.
Yeah, he's going to take her into that special room, and something very special is going to happen in there, but not before we cut away to the scene with Kimiko. Basically, they just get in a showdown, they fight, and they get away. The one thing I'll say that I do not like in this scene, I can't show it as well, it's too violent. Kimiko gets shot with a grenade launcher, basically, and she gets chopped in half. And then 10 seconds later, she's fine. I guess she has the most powerful healing ability ever, but I thought maybe if you get chopped in half, it would take a little longer. I have a problem with her healing factor. It's a little too overpowered. Even though this show is completely unbelievable in a lot of aspects, I wish they would ground it, air quotes, a little more with the power sometimes. I guess it works because that's her power, but it's just, can she never die? I'm not sure. I think you have to keep her head separated from her body for like a long time. Not sure how that works. Maybe she would just grow a new body. Does the body grow a new head? We don't know. They make it out of there. Even Huey makes his way out. He becomes a fighter. A Fedaykin is a fighter and needs a war name. Dune reference.
Listen,
Al-Gaib. We then cut to Frenchie investigating the trailer of Firecracker here. He gets inside. He sees this gun purse that she has, and he opens it up, and of course, he takes the drugs. Yeah, he'll probably use those later. He sees something suspicious on her iPad, and Firecracker is about to drop the biggest truth bomb of the episode on Starlight here.
Oh, no.
Yep.
That she was pregnant and she had an abortion.
Are those my fucking medical records?
The good old goody two-shoes Annie January Starlight had an abortion. I think it was a 6 weeks old abortion. So wherever you stand on either side of the fence, this is definitely going to hurt Starlight's reputation with a very specific side of people in this show and in the real world. So good drama. I like this. This is interesting. But also, Annie's pissed. Starlight is pissed.
So you finally came to the...
Now, Frenchie's still looking around. I don't know what Frenchie's looking for here. I do not know what he's looking for. Maybe some more dirt, more evidence on her. I don't know why he's in the trailer.
Sorry, I must have gotten lost.
Looking out. Frenchie.
Yeah, you are the one who left Frenchie to go alone into the superhero or supervillains trailer, my guy. Why did you set Frenchie up for this? Just so you can go rescue him? I don't know. This is part of this stupid writing in this episode. And this happens to Frenchie.
I was just looking for a souvenir.
He doesn't stand a chance. But, you know who does stand a chance? Starlight versus Firecracker. And I like this part. Let's go, Starlight. Finally, some action. Firecracker just does not stand a chance when Starlight's at her full power. It's quite awesome. And look who shows up to help Frenchie.
Boy.
It's Butcher himself. Butcher himself, with seemingly no powers, no Temp V, shows up to fight a supervillain here. Very brave of him. It's a great character moment for Butcher. He's going to stand up for his boys. That's what he does. He stands up for the boys. And he uses the Chekhov's nitrogen canister from earlier to freeze the Rubber Man. You know, makes sense. A classic trope for rubber, stretchy superheroes. You got to freeze them. That's how you defeat them. Starlight keeps beating up Firecracker, and we get this cheesy line from Sister Sage.
How's that for uppity, Cracker?
She just wants everybody to experience chaos and pain. She doesn't even like her own team. She doesn't care for Starlight. She's just like enjoying the show. You know, she's sitting back and eating some popcorn or maybe some blooming onions. Mother's Milk, being the voice of reason, he's like, dog, you're on camera. Let's get out of here. And she's going viral now for beating up Firecracker. And Sister Sage got what she wanted.
First pebble down the mountain.
She wants to topple everything. We cut back to Butcher, and he's getting worked, but not before he gets a little motivation from his wife.
Get up. Billy, come on, get up.
And this happens. We see that little parasite thing in his head. I don't know what it is. It's like the V acting inside of him. And we don't see exactly what happens, but Butcher comes out alive. And he tore up that soup. He literally tore him up. I can't even show it. I'm not even sure if I can show his face.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, what the fuck is right, Starlight? I don't know how he did that. I guess the V is back. We then cut back to, again, Homelander in the laboratory.
It's funny. I remember it being so much bigger.
That's what she said. He's talking about this room. He used to call it the bad room because bad things used to happen to Homelander in here. Now, Barbara here talks about the birth of Homelander, and she tells Homelander that there was some lousy old bum that they used as a surrogate mother to carry the embryo.
They paid some poor runaway $2,000 to carry the embryo to term.
She also says something interesting about his birth here.
But you lasered her guts open from the inside. You rose in the air with your umbilical cord still attached like some creature out of myth.
He gave her a laser C-section with his eyes and then killed a bunch of people in the room as well. What a birth. Talk about Odessa. Talk about the wrath of young baby Homelander floating out of the womb. He's like, yeah, I killed them, whatever, blah, 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 doesn't matter. He doesn't care. She talked about the fact that they couldn't overpower him physically.
We have no physical power over you. We never did. You could have broken out of here anytime you wanted.
But the most interesting part is that they could perhaps take control of him in a psychological way.
Your need for approval and for love brought in the best psychologists in the world. We developed the protocol to carefully engineer that need so that you would be obedient.
They literally psychologically engineered Homelander to be a mama's boy and to always have an insecurity and a need for human love so that they could control him, at least mentally or psychologically, because they can't do it. They can't do it physically. But he's trying to deny this.
I don't need any of it anymore.
He doesn't want anything to do with these emotions, even though he deep down knows they're there and knows he wants it. He wants to be loved. We then cut back to Frenchie, and things don't go too well with the boyfriend here. He finds out, and he does this.
It was me.
It was you?
Yeah, that's about all I can show. Anyways, he beats him up and says, don't come back. I don't want to see you again. You killed my family. Of course. That's how this was always going to end. We then cut back to the most gruesome scene from Sister Sage that we'll see yet.
I don't get you, dude, like at all. You start off, you're a total bitch, and then you tell me I'm like a superior being, which of course I liked, and that you're down to pound, which obviously I will.
I know.
Yeah, so the Deep's confused. He's like, what? Why are you two different people to me? And she explains.
Most people, their brains grow till they're about 25, then stop. Mine doesn't. It regenerates. I want you to put this inside me.
Well, it's because I give myself lobotomies through my eye so that I can become more human and enjoy basic things like fried pickles and you eating my ass. Sorry for the vulgarity, but that's literally what she wants. I can't show it here, but she basically makes the Deep put this device through her eyeball into her brain and scoop it out. But her brain regenerates, so she's fine after a few hours or a day or so or whatever. It's like basically her getting high is what this is. And they go to Flavortown. Literally, she went to Flavortown. Pretty on the nose. We then cut back to the boys' headquarters, and Victoria Newman is giving a report about the Starlight assault. It's just a recap scene basically between Huey and Starlight. They kiss and we move on. Huey then meets up with A-Train and he gets the V.
This is bullshit, right? You're not gonna forgive me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Huey should forgive him by now. Like, A-Train's being a really good guy. So come on, Huey, forgive him, please.
Wait, you're right. I was gonna tell you to go fuck yourself, but I changed my mind.
There we go. Thank you. I like that. I think A-Train's going to be one of the boys, like, fully by the end of this season. If A-Train's either not dead or fully part of the boys, then I don't know. I'm going to have some questions for the writers. I want him to be part of the boys. Now we cut to Huey in the hospital, and we don't actually see him give the V to his dad, but I think he did. He's just holding it, and he looks at his dad, and his mom comes in as he puts it in his pocket. He then walks out of the room to go get some coffee, and we never see the dad get the V physically, but apparently he did, and oh boy, it's doing something. He's alive. He's awake. Holy shit, I can't wait for next episode to see what kind of powers Huey's dad has and how that's going to affect the story. If he does have any powers, maybe it just brought him back to life and that's the power. But come on, he's going to have some powers and he's going to become part of the boys. And his mom's not going to like that. His mom is not going to like that. I think she wanted him dead for maybe, some other nefarious reasons. So she's not going to be happy in multiple ways. We then cut back to the final scene in the episode with Homelander. And I'm not sure if I can show this on the screen, but the cake's melted, and so is everybody else in the lab. Yeah, he left Barbara alive to witness the death of everybody in the lab, in the bad room. And Homelander's got a creepy smile on his face. Episode ends. So for me, guys, this was the best episode of the season yet. This season's been a little shaky. It felt a little ham-fisted, a little rushed compared to, I'd say, season 1 and season 3. Those are the other 2 seasons that are the best for me. But yeah, this season it seems to be just getting better as it goes on. So hopefully it finds its footing completely and it sticks the landing, so to speak. Yeah, that was episode 4, season 4 of The Boys, guys. If you like these breakdowns, please comment, like, and subscribe. This has been Stark Cinema. I'll do more of them if I get enough of the traction on these videos, enough views, enough of you like them. I'll make one next week and the following week until we get to the final episode. And we'll close this season out, hopefully with a bang. But anyways, guys, I love you 3000. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye now.